Hi, my name is Christine Louise Hohlbaum. I'm the author of The Power of Slow, 101 Ways to Save Time in Our 24/7 World. Today I learned something new. I made some curtains. I didn't set out to actually make them, but I set out to hang them. And then I realized they were too long. I bought them from IKEA, and I realized that they might have to be altered a little bit. So I hung them up, and I realized, no, way too long. So I'll just kind of, follow the directions and flip them over, cut off a little bit of the extraneous material, and then they have these sort of non-sew options where you can stick a little strip on there, you iron it together, and bada bing, bada boom, you got yourself a new set of curtains. Come to find out that didn't work. The little sticky, strippy thing didn't work. No matter how hard I ironed the thing, I hung it up and it still flopped down. So that required me to actually have to pull out the sewing machine that I bought 6.5 years ago and never opened. So then I found myself wrestling with the sewing machine, not knowing how to thread the bobbin thing through, and had to figure out how to use the machine, and that wasn't at all my intention. What I realized through this project was that we often carry around with us a basket of intentions and a basket of expectations. Like we kind of think this is how things are going to go, and then we're totally surprised when it doesn't work out that way at all. When I was wrestling with the curtains and the material, and my husband was sort of saying, why aren't you doing it this way? Why aren't you doing it that way? He was pushing his expectations against my expectations, and boy, what happens then when that happens. A big fight occurred. Actually, a little fight. But I ended up telling him, as I was finally figuring out how to use the sewing machine, honey, this is not about the curtains. This is about the expectation of the curtains. So anytime you start something new, you have a sort of an idea of how things should go. And then you realize that life throws you a curveball every time you try to apply the expectations that you have. Let's try some expectation suspension today. See what happens. In the process, I figured out how to use the sewing machine. What are you going to figure out today?